Okay, I'll start one earlier.
Yeah, oh yeah. Right.
That's not right for that one though, is it? So just play that final note that's underneath it. So. It's right for the going in for that next one, but it needs to be.
Yeah, the
What's up, y'all? Okay, we're back in. Me and Steve are back in after a brief sojourn. Sojourn? Is that what you say? We escaped for a few days and did a gig. Planet Rock for Planet Rock Radio at in South Wales. Winter's End was a great gig. So that was a bit of a nice break from the studio. Stops you getting cabin fever and all that. But we're back in now, and we're going to finish the guitars in the next few days. So we got most of the rhythms done. Steve's in there finishing off a part now, and we're just going to finish them off in the next few days. So that's what you're going to see in this video: a bunch more guitars and a lot of mistakes.
And how long is it going for? Half the length.
So one side's going to be that entire length.
You know, it might not.
It
might not even need doubling. You know what I mean? Like if that is Baz is singing here.
Yeah.
So it may not even need the double of this bit, and then that just continues right to the end. And when I join in, halfway through, that's the other side coming in.
Yeah. Okay. I've got the presence of virtually nothing because I think sometimes it just adds a load of stuff on that channel. Yeah, on that channel you get away with it.
Yeah. So the high output, that pickup helps kick the front end of that a little bit more as well.
Yeah. That's really good, actually.
Bit extra kick in it.
Yeah.
It's fast.
Should we just try the 800 quick? Because I
Yeah,
rather quite like that, the clean channel on that.
I like that. I think that
So-
sounds wicked, whatever you've done. Yeah.
So we'll give.
Yeah.
Try the same with the 800, see how that kicks in.
Outputs. We're going out that one.
Has it been changed? Is it on 8.0 that egg? Because I think last time I was running it was 16, I think. A little rotary switch.
We'll have a look at some of the weapons of choice. One of Steve's SGs. We'll have a closer look at these down the line maybe. But he's currently using, while he's working on some sounds, he's in there now with his A guitar. That's his other one for rhythms. I brought my telly. I like having the telly about. It's always handy having a telly, even though Matt's got one also over there. This has got a really nice pickup in it, a Kinman pickup. It just sounds really, really sweet. Got my V, P90 option. Les Paul. Nothing Les Paul.
Hello. Yeah, we don't know which one we prefer. So we're going to record a bar of something on each and then do a blind listen back. And then, then that'll be...
we love a blind listen.
A blind listen! All three of them can sound exactly the same.
Yeah, well, it's the brightness of the 800. The 900 sounded chunky.
Yeah.
And I didn't really listen to the JMP then. But
It sort of sits between the two.
Betwixt.
Yeah, betwixt.
We're on the anesthetic. Do you want to go on the decent speakers?
I still kind of like both. I can't.
I do. Both for different ways.
Yeah.
I think the 900s that sound a bit warmer, but the other one sounds a bit more vintage, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, like you said, Steve, it's more modern, isn't it? So
Yeah.
I don't know if that's I mean, they both sound very martial.
Yeah. I'm completely happy with either of them, so I'm happy to go with either.
Yeah.
Whatever personally you think would work better.
I just want to look at the EQ code.
Even if it came in halfway through or something.
It's not
Oh, you
gonna
mean
be-
coming in right at the beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to be like a solo loud thing, is it? It's just
No. Can I try it on the baritone?
Yeah.
That should be held A there.
Well, held E.
Dun,
E.
dun, dun.
Yeah.
I'll be keeping the da 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 da. Good day.
Yeah.
Fits with the
Yeah.
fill.
Do you want to come and do your Here we go. So, in here, there's a speaker. Well, there's two speakers, but we're only sticking the mics in front of one. And we've got two microphones here. It looks like some elaborate kind of setup here, but really it's just it's like a special clip that comes with this microphone, which is a Royer 121 ribbon microphone. And you clip that on the same clip as with it, because this is like a classic combination of microphones. You've got the ribbon microphone paired with an SM57. The SM57 is a very typical guitar cab microphone. It's just got like a real sort of mid-range, barky kind of sound. Heard countless times on albums and live. So we got that, and where that brings this sort of aggressive brightness to it, what the ribbon microphone does, it brings a warmth. The way ribbon microphones work, they're this sort of a lot more sensitive to lower and lower mid frequencies, so it brings some of the warmth from the cab, and you kind of blend them together. At the same time, we're also using this room mic here. This one's fancy looking thing. This is a Coles, and this is just set up in the room, pointing kind of roughly at the cab. And it's just to add a bit of a sort of 3D kind of dimension to the sound. You know, again, this is coming in separately though, because this isn't going to be used on all the sound of the guitars in the album. Because it's in the room, it's not right up close to the guitar cabinet. You hear the room, which to be honest is more like, it's more how you're used to hearing guitars, because you don't stand with your ears right next to them, with your ears right next to the speaker like those microphones are. You know, you stood in a room. So Matt walked around the room, found where does it sound good in the room, and literally just stuck a microphone there. And that's adding like a different flavour when we need it. So we'll come to a part of a song where it might be a bit sparse. Some of the slower songs, and the guitars are there and they're sort of ringing out, and there's a bit more space for them. We might say, well, what does the room mic sound like with those mics? And we'll engage it, bring it in, and then put that in as well. So it's just another option, really, but it's not overcomplicating things.
Just doing that.
The one you did before was
Oh, okay, cool.
good.
Vacuum in there.
Serious doors, aren't they?
Oh, little Matt.
Baby Matt.
Luckily we've been through there, because it's been a bit loud in here.
You know what? It's not as loud as it was the last album, though.
No, the last album it looked like the glass was bloody moving on
It
that
was
bloody
definite,
rubber.
yeah. So it's more moderate volume. It's still you won't want to be stood in here, but it's not quite as earth-shatteringly loud, is it?
Yeah. Well, it's more about the room sound and the close miking. And so the last album we used 4x12s, which is a bit ridiculous, really, when you're only miking one out of one speaker out of 4. But yeah, just an orange 2x12 on this one. How long did it take trying out guitar sounds? About 25 minutes.
Not long.
Literally just fired into each amp. Started off with 900, went to the 800, tried the JMP, and I dialed them all to be within pretty much next to each other. So when we listened back, it was just like a fraction of just more character than anything else. So we went with the 900 thinking it just sounded that little bit more modern.
Yeah.
Which is a step. You know, it still got that classic rock vibe to it, but it's just got that slightly newer, crisper, fully rounder sound to it, which is quite interesting because I've got the exact same amp as well.
The 50 watt.
The 50 watt dual reverb. It was actually my first proper Valve Marshall, that one.
It's cool. I mean,
so I might have to drag it out.
The fact that we've got the three, of the three amps, it's fair to say the 900 is probably the least prestigious. Is that the word? It's sort of like the less championed of the three amps.
Exactly, yeah.
That we tried, but it ended up being the one that was right for this job.
I mean, it shows it's just that bit. The clean channel on it really is just that bit cleaner because I think either JMP or the gain are about 7 or 8. Same with the 800 on about 7. And I've got channel A is the clean channel, so that nice little red light isn't on. If I press that, ooh, and then I've turned it off, back to clean. But I've actually got the gain on 10 on that.
Yeah, that's...
And it's only just enough to break up a bit.
Well, that's exactly how I run live. I've got down there, not used it, a Victory Sheriff. That's how I use it. So it's basically the clean channel, which isn't like so clean, on 10 is just enough. It does the job.
It's half that trick is knowing when not to push it too far. I mean, it also helps that we're using this bit of technology as well here, the Marshall Power Brake, which essentially is just an attenuator. It's just basically a brick wall.
So it comes out
volume.
Out the amp, into this, and then out of that into the speaker, and along the way that soaks up some of the energy.
Yeah,
and
it basically turns the energy into heat, so you could probably fry an egg on that. A couple of gigs, a couple of hours into recording. So
it's not maybe I don't think we used. Oh no, we did. We used the Iron Man. Did we use?
We used the Iron Man 2 at Sneeps because I was using his 100 watt plexi.
Yeah.
So that was just don't touch it. It just does the job, and to be fair, it did just do the job.
That's the sound. It's those two mics blended together. I think the lion's share of it is on the 57, the dynamic.
Yeah.
But then
just wait till you hear Alex's keyboard solo.
yeah. Sounds good. Sounds really good. Dead simple. But lots of fun.
You need to end up right there.
Right. So this is the one we're both using. If you're both using the same guitar, not all guitars are perfectly they'll be in tune when the strings are played openly, but then if you fret put your finger on one of the frets and play it, it might be slightly out of tune. But if we're both using the same guitar, if we're putting our fingers on the same frets at the same time on different takes, at least they'll be in tune with each other.
Yeah.
So.
And there is just something about that guitar as well. It just seems to behave itself. A few of the other ones, they're good for live because live you can get away with quick notes, but when it's being put down permanently, you want it to be right. And there's just something about that guitar. Except for the last 2 albums, that's been the main guitar I've used, and it was perfectly intonated, whether in standard flat tuning or D standard tuning, which is like a full step down, and it just worked.
Yeah, it's nice.
Which it technically shouldn't have done, but it just worked. It stays in tune nicely. It's well intonated up and down. It's just a solid guitar, that really.
Yeah, it's doing the job. So, back at it after dinner, after our Pink Ladies.
After our Pink Ladies.
Our Pink Lady Appreciation Society.